Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Oh,
So what we want to do today?
I wanna. So I just got to GM, and I am not good as a GM player. I don't think. I don't think I'm there yet. I don't know how I got there, uh, but I do want to get better.
Okay. So what do you think you want to work on currently? What do you feel you struggle with?
Um, I die a lot, and I am not good at ulting people.
Okay, so dying. Why specifically you think we die more?
Um, I'm not used to people having. I don't know, just being really good at noticing where I'm at. A lot of the time, I play more on the flanks.
Mhm. Okay. So is that it?
That's mainly it, I think.
Okay. Well, I would say let's take a look at one of your words first. Yeah, I see you send me a game. Do you want to start with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I am screen sharing right now. Give me a second.
Yep.
Okay. So let's take a look. Lee Jung Tower. Okay. What do you think about that map in specific? Is that still the case? It feels like it's difficult for you to kind of um well, first of all, survive, and maybe is there anything else you would like to mention as well?
Um I don't I feel like I have a hard time against like Ash players and Genji players mainly.
So Ash, Genji player.
Oh,
Uh.
Ball. Ball's a big problem too.
Okay. Well, just watch it first, I would say, and identify what there might be an issue. What do you worked on so far, though?
Um I feel like I still need to work on Sonic arrows a little bit.
Okay.
Actually quite a bit. Um but my I'd say my aim's pretty good
Mm-hmm.
and my positioning's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And in general I know where people are.
Mm-hmm. All right. So for this map, what is your game plan currently? What do you want to do? Because of your
Uh
team composition, because yeah, you're on this map currently. What do you want to do?
I want to take on this specific point. I always like taking an off angle to the left and trying
Okay.
to get a couple of cheeky picks to start off the game in order to get an advantage at the beginning.
Okay. Let's see how it's that gonna go. So you would describe your team composition, by the way. What your team
Uh,
composition is good at?
it's like I'd say more poke
Simo
and a
poke.
little bit of dive.
Yeah, exactly. So kind of some developments with the Lucio doing first. You still can capitalize out of the poke. First of all, you playing Hanzo. Second, there is a nade, there is a Chunkret spam. So something like that. Let's see how we do it. Okay, so looking to take an off angle here. That's a decent Sonic, I think. Okay, looking for an early pick here. That's nice. Okay, looking to reposition after. Okay. So Sonic on that angle, and then eventually we found a pick on the Zenyatta. Okay. Overall, it feels fine. Okay, let's watch a little bit more. Maybe we're gonna spot something and talk about it. Okay. The early Sonic here. Okay, found an early pick. Two picks, actually. Okay. But there is a real problem starts. What do you think?
Um, I don't know. I just lose the round, and I don't know why.
Okay, yeah, I would say let's wait, and then we can. Once there is gonna be a real struggle with something, I think we're gonna start talking about certain things. For now, I think it's looking fine overall. Okay.
This is a game I felt I did pretty good in, and I just lost it.
Okay. Your Doomfist pushing up, going back here. Have your ultimate. You can go after the Diva. Okay, so first of all here. Okay. So first of all, I would look at the Sonics right now. So when the Diva is slept, we have our Sonic, we look into Storm Arrow, and then we die to Cassidy, right? So notice the Sonic over here. Okay. The fight is about to start soon. That's a Sonic with which you can kind of get a pick, right? So, yeah, what is the purpose of the Sonic here?
Just to kind of know when they're gonna go in, so that I could have vision when I wanted to take an off angle to know when I wanted to take an off angle.
Yeah. So we want to have a vision if the enemy is about to go in and do something actively, right? But now the question is that gonna be a fight where we're in a brawl phase? Yeah, like do you expect the enemy team to get on a brawl phase really soon now?
Probably not, as Zenyatta is not even close.
Yeah. Zenyatta is not even close. Okay. Well, so that we can consider this phase kind of still a poke phase then, right? You are getting picks. However, you wanna be careful with still if there are elements of somebody can look to close the distance with you, like, because here the problem is there is not real brawl phase, right? But the thing is, this Cassidy can look to flank you now, and he can kill you because you don't have any information of that Cassidy. To me, that seems the problem, right? So that's kind of interesting, because if you look to use Sonic early, then that's Sonic meant to just get picks, so we're not necessarily getting information that much. Well, maybe we still get information on where they move, but it's not like a Sonic which allows you to get information on the angle which you're not controlling. So this is kind of this is interesting here, because now, okay, let's say this Sonic was meant to just, like a poke phase Sonic, normal Sonic, right? But when the brawl phase is really about to start, we need an information, we need a second Sonic. But now we don't have a second Sonic. But this guy's about to brawl. Can we recognize that this guy's about to brawl? Is there anything what can tell us that these guys are gonna be pushing anyway? Because you're right that they're 5v4 technically. Yeah, they're only 4 people. But how do you recognize that these guys are pushing you actually? Because right now, the problem is they made it to you. Yeah, so they start brawling you. Is there anything we can do to recognize it? Yeah, what do you think?
The main thing is the Diva going in, but I thought she was just mispositioned.
Misposition, right?
Because she had slapped.
So, first of all, what you want to pay attention to here is sound keys. I'm not sure if you hear the sound right now. Probably not, right? When I'm screen sharing now, there's no sound.
No.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So, if you watch maybe the stream later though, the first of all is something you want to pay attention to is the sound. Second is those kind of visuals where you see the enemy members, they kind of close to you and about to brawl you. So I'm just trying to think about how to put it first, because this is what you're not expecting them. Yeah, that is what you're not expecting them to do. Okay, let's simplify it to this then. Diva is mispositioned. probably you're not expecting these guys to push because there are only 4 people. You don't have your Sonic as well to get an information. You also don't know. You also don't know that these guys are gonna be pushing you or not. Okay, so let's put it this way. When you using Sonic like this in a poke face, right? You want to play in a way where you have a decent distance from angles which can potentially punish you, because if you don't, then they punish you. But how you don't get punished, you need your Sonic. So right now the solution would be probably, if I don't have my Sonic here, I want to have a distance from angle which can punish me, such as what? Such as this doorway, okay? This angle can punish me even it's 5v4. Some elements like Cassidy, maybe Anna. But I would say Cassidy is the biggest one because of the range. He can be really sweating in the short range. You wanna have a distance from that until you get your Sonic back, probably, because then you can still stay here and check on information. If you see somebody going here, then you can punish them, I think. Okay, so does it make sense here, though? Yeah, if we simplify it to this, right? If we just say, we don't have a Sonic, let's have a distance from potential angles, and it doesn't matter if they are disadvantaged or not, there are still elements which can punish you. You have to pay attention to that. So let's say you want to shoot this diva. Yep, we wouldn't be moving to her right now then, because we want to have a distance from angles. Have a distance from this place. Where we would be then?
Probably more with main, like near Doomfist, kind of.
Possibly. Oh, well, near Doomfist, where? Like here?
More to the right, I guess.
To the right?
Like, kind of next to Lucio, I guess. Lucio.
Next to Lucio. Well, possibly, yeah. I think I can also do this maybe too, potentially. So have a distance like this, because this distance allows you to react, kind of. You're gonna be maintaining your advantageous range from here. So see, even this corner here, I can say this corner allows you to have a distance from this angle here, but still have a sightline on this and do a lot of damage. Yes, same amount of damage which you did by being at this corner. Yeah, but this gives you more time to react. If the Cassidy goes on you, you can just punish him. Yeah. So this is just distance from angles. It seems like you're kind of using your proper range. You using the corner is just not the right corner to me. It seems like, because first of all, we don't have a Sonic. Second, we just want to anticipate those threats, which can potentially be punishing you. The short-range Cassidy, maybe that can be Junkrat's in your future games. Maybe that can be something else like... What else? Might be Tracer, might be any diver as well. Okay, let's continue. We have our ultimate as well, so this is nice. Checking for information on their flank, that's good too. Okay. What do you think about that ultimate here?
I think it was okay.
Yeah, well, I think so. So what is the purpose with the ultimate here?
I wanted to cut off their, like, half of their team from their tank. From main, basically.
So their tank is pushing up, and then we say, let's try to cut these people, yeah? So they will not participate in a fight, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think that's fair. And you actually do. Yeah, you're actually gonna punish that Junkrat eventually, which is nice. Okay. Checking the angle there. Okay. Wanna escape. Well, you don't have time to escape now, probably, so... Yeah, okay. Now we... Yeah, we'll have to re-engage again. Taking an angle, that's nice. early Sonic, right? So that is a kind of poke face Sonic. We just maybe get a pick, maybe gets a little bit of information, and then with the next Sonic, you can check those potential angles. Okay, Storm Arrow now. And then we're pushing up a little bit more. Okay, and now you have to Sonic something important, like this angle here. Okay. Getting 2 picks, 3 picks actually. Okay. Still losing it somehow. Okay. So, we using Storm Arrows a couple of times on these Diva right there. Yeah, so we're starting out, I think when the Diva was slapped, we started using our Storm Arrows on her. Let's see. So it's kind of over here. Okay. This is something what I want to mention, I think. Yeah, that is pretty micro thing, but still might get you more value. First of all, if you look at this now, do we need to shoot this Diva now?
No, definitely not.
Definitely not. Okay. What was our first intention with the Storm Arrow here?
To kind of just scare the Zen away. Maybe try and pick
Zen
him off.
away. Yeah, so it's kind of a poke face Storm Arrow here, right? So might be fine scaring them away. However, we don't want to shoot the Diva. So what do we want to shoot? Or yeah, when do we, yeah, both questions. When do we want to shoot something and what do we want to shoot actually?
Either shoot the Zen or cancel it so it comes up faster.
Yeah, probably. I think that's it. So if your intention was to scare them away, keep it going, because if you're trying to wake the Diva up, then you're decreasing the amount of damage which your team can do. Because yeah, the higher lobbies you can actually probably just wait a lot of times and then kind of wait for the decent pressure. I don't think the intention is you know, that good right now. Yes, so if you point it out towards this is still better. Okay, that is a minor one thing, and then our second Storm Arrow is gonna be on the Diva again, I think. We're trying to wall climb the wall. Then with Sonic there. Okay, what do you think about your position here also? Just in general.
I think it's okay. It's just very safe.
Yeah.
I don't want to get picked out before the fight starts.
Yeah. So what do we want to be aware of? What can pick us off potentially?
Probably, well, Junkrat.
Junkrat's tire. Yeah.
If he gets kind of lucky, or if he hits me with a tire. Cass and Zen.
Cass and Zen. Yeah, maybe Diva can go in us as well. Okay. What is the purpose of this Storm Arrow here?
To try and pressure out the Diva so she doesn't dive me in the future.
Okay, might make sense. Okay, so, Rushing out the Diva. To be honest, I'm just finding it, at this point, because they also have some spam members, right? So they have Zenyatta, they have Anna, they have Junkrat. So, to me, this is kind of a similar situation. You both guys who kind of still have the similar win conditions. So I'm not sure if we should play it like when you have, general just spam team composition when you play against the dive. Yeah, a lot of times you can just spam out the divers and prevent them from diving you. Yeah, you can, maybe let's say you're playing against Winston comp, and then you can spam out the Winston so he will not dive you. I don't think here you have to disable, like there's not their win condition diving you, because what you're saying here, you're trying to deny the Diva diving you, but is that a real win condition there? Yes, we have to be aware of the Diva. Yes, we have to be careful of her, but we have to deny their win condition. Sort of always think about this way: how do I disable an enemy and how do I enable my team, right? So to disable an enemy, it feels like you in a similar situation, you both teams, you have those kind of spammy teams. So now it all comes to question who controls angles better, who is applying more pressure, have better map control on those angles, right? Okay, so this is kind of, let's just break it down and say general spam core versus spam core matchup. Yeah, this is what you want to look for. Yeah, want to look to enable your team disable. Okay, to do that, let's just pay attention to angles. Okay, angles, how we control angles. Oh, right now, if we say we're spamming the diva, we're spamming this diva angle. But is this angle which we want to spam now? Is this the angle which we want to be controlling?
I should probably be shooting Junkrat because he's doing way more damage to the diva.
Right. Yeah, so it seems like this angle is scary. Maybe this. Also, this is not as scary though because of the range. Cassidy is really far. So you don't have to shoot him as much. But this matters more, I think. Angle control, spam versus spam, kind of. You shoot this first. You don't have to shoot the diva. If you would have the different situation where it's a versus dive matchup, right? Then you would probably shoot the diva. Like, let's say they have a Tracer, let's say they have Lucio, let's say they have Kiriko. You want to shoot those divers, prevent them diving you. I think this is fine. But here it's not as fine, yeah? You probably want to Stormer with this, in this case. Maybe you get a pick on the Junkrat, which is also easier because there are no as many defensive abilities as you would compare to Diva. Okay. Does it make sense here?
Yeah.
Okay. This is still seems like minor thing again, but that maybe could prevent your Doomfist dying. That means your Doomfist staying alive can do more, tank for you more, and then you can win this fight. And also that minor thing before, waking up the Diva, not waking up the Diva, but, you know, like this, you know, if we just use the angles concept, because we want to control angles better, then don't shoot this Diva, shoot this important angle. Even though it's a poke phase, we still can apply pressure on this and decrease, you know, disable an enemy so they can do less damage. And now we can take angle control by ourselves because we can move up, because this Zenyatta is not applying as much pressure, right? Yeah, so here it's kind of, we would want to shoot the Junkrat, so this is fine. Yeah, I really think those minor things could be possibly could win you the map. Yeah, a distance from angles. Yeah, and also applying pressure on the right angles as well, kind of. Okay. Sonic to check. Now spamming out this. And looking to go on Tracer. What was our Sonic there? Let's see. Oh, okay, so you tried to Sonic the Cassidy. Yeah, I think that's okay. That's okay, right? Because you Sonic this potentially dangerous angle where you cure the High Noon. Cassidy is trying to High Noon now. However, there's a second thing. Like this here. Tracer going on us. It's really micro, but how you decrease the amount of pressure the Tracer can do on you. So now you're fighting the Tracer, right? Now, try to enable yourself. How do you enable yourself more and disable this Tracer more? Because this position makes it easier for the Tracer to aim. If you just stand there. If you just stand here, right? So is there anything we can do versus this? Let's just see again. Notice the Tracer. She's getting nanoed. She's going towards us here, right there. She starts shooting you. She starts being threatening, right? So is there anything we can do right now?
Jump up to the mini high ground kind of behind me.
This one?
Yeah.
Maybe you can. However, you're gonna be might be exposed to this, so you gotta be careful. Possible though, but you still want to minimize the threats. I still would say you can somehow play around this position, right? So think about it again. Yeah, even this position here. Why this is good against the Tracer?
She can't get as close. Not nearly as close.
Yeah, so she don't have any vertical mobility. She don't have anything to go after you. However, we're gonna be exposed to this, so maybe it's not necessarily as good. Yeah, so it would be probably you just using this at least. Yeah, you kind of if we still use the concept distance from angles. Even you staying here, if the tracer goes on you, you can keep the distance from tracer by climbing up, but that's it. You're gonna be kind of staying in the same spot. You're gonna be more up, and then you can also have your arrow charge. That would be kind of here when the tracer goes in. You start shooting, and then you start charging your arrow again. But then you climb up. You throw the tracer's aim off because now she have to do double readjust. So notice what she does. You expect the tracer to blink behind you. Okay, right now, because you aiming at her, she blinks behind you, and good tracers, they do those 180. Yeah, they do those 180s to kill you. But now she will have to do double readjust. She will have to actually look up as well. This is throws your aim a lot. But you, on the other hand, you really expect her to be in this place. Yeah, so see, this is kind of your movement throws an enemy aim off more, and you enable yourself kind of in terms of, well, you're not as easy to kill now. You're gonna be having this distance from tracer, right? Stuff like that. Yeah. You want to make it easy for you to shoot, but make it harder for the enemy to shoot you. Right now it's really easy. You still get a headshot. She messed it up here. I think she missed a lot of shots too. Yeah, but this is important too. Yeah, I think those things before, with the angles, potentially the biggest thing. Yeah, the minor thing about the tracer, but let's see. Is there anything else we can spot? Are you gonna go tracer here?
No, I switched to try and get to point.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah, still on the Hanzo, huh? That's okay. Yeah, so... this here, a little bit different situation. Okay. What do you think about your team composition and the enemy?
Our team composition still poke, I'd say, and theirs is more edging towards dive.
Yeah. Yeah, so now they have this Diva, Tracer. They also still have those Zenyatta Ana. Ultimately, because you still have the Doomfist, you still have the Kiriko. So those are two divers. But you're looking to spam too. So it's a dive spam. They have dive spam as well. I'm just yeah, I'm thinking how the enemy team really wins. I think the enemy team here, they're probably gonna win by closing the distance with you because of the cast here. They have the cast. That means they have to get in a short range fight. So now your idea can be, yeah, so it's kind of spam versus spam, but let's just break it down to this. Yeah, maybe let's go a little bit deeper. So it's a spam hybrid, spam dive hybrid versus spam dive hybrid as well. Okay. Now, because they have more of these elements which are short range. So they have more short range elements. That means you need to keep your distance, and now you can try to prevent them from diving you, I think. So if you use your storm arrow to also prevent them from closing the distance, like to dive you, yeah, maybe you go on a tracer, maybe you try to go on Diva, that works. But you're still gonna be paying attention to angle control as well. But this can be your main priority, playing for the long fight. So it's not as similar like it was before, and the previous map. Now they just gonna be more threatening at a short range, I think, if you compare it to that situation, the previous map. That makes sense. So you kind of play for the long fight here. You need to think where the tracers, maybe try to Sonic that, maybe Sonic, who else? Maybe Cassidy as well. Let's see. Does it make sense here, or?
Yeah.
Okay. I just find out what's gonna go wrong here. Because this is what happens, right? They are trying to... We're starting out on this angle here. Using Sonic on main. Diva diving us. What do you think about this? What we should be doing with our position?
I should have gone to cover before trying to kill the chaos.
Yeah, so there's the first layer, kind of, yeah. But I think you still die here, though. So probably, so you get shot, then you go up, and then you get shot, and here should die realistically, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we know, if we know that this guy's win condition now, it's probably trying to close the distance and dive you, right? Can we really play this corner now, based on this situation? Because it seems like now this guy's like, this diva can dive you. Tracer, well, you spammed out the Tracer before, I think, so she cannot do that as much. But you want to have that distance from angles, which allows you to enable your win condition, disable theirs, yeah? So, is there anything we can do with our position to make sure that it's not as easy to close the distance for these guys, maybe? What do you think?
I actually think I should have played closer to the corner.
Okay.
So I would have been more prepared to climb over and run faster.
Probably.
Because I kind of wide peaked here.
Yeah.
And
so
took damage before.
This is the first thing, right? The second one, I would still say you keep the distance from angles, but because you're playing the spammer tinker position, you can also maintain your angle control too. So you would be playing long range, you can spam out the diva, and you take this HP pack, and let's say diva goes on you here, as soon as you recognize this, like let's say you recognize this, you go here, take HP pack, maybe you go over here, and then try to keep your distance this way, and then spam the Cassidy here. Yeah, because yeah, of course we take unnecessarily damage, but yeah, that could be possible for you to save some of your HP if you play close to the corner, but still, I think we also have to recognize this. When these guys are able to close the distance with us like this, and what you can also do, like once you go for the shots on the Tracer, so this is good, you kind of disable the Tracer, now they cannot go on you as much. But then now... Like, is there anything we can do with Storm Arrows? I'm trying to see, like, what are you trying to do with Storm Arrows here? Are you waiting kind of for them to dive you and then Storm Arrow, or... What was the purpose here, if you remember that?
I don't know.
Yeah, because...
I don't think I've seen a point in Storm Arrowing at that point.
Okay.
Because... at least at longer ranges, it's more likely that I'll get a pick just from hitting a dink, just hitting a random headshot, than storm arrowing and hoping that it hits 4 times.
Right. Okay, so how much damage it does? So can you, if you go for the pick style, right? If you're trying to just pick up somebody, yes, that makes sense. Overall, the Storm Arrow, so what is the damage output? Do you remember the exact numbers?
65 damage.
65 damage per arrow, right? Let me see. So it's a 65 damage per arrow. And then... yeah, it's also... oh, okay, 65, you're right, yeah. And it's 110 meters per second projectile speed, right? Okay, no, okay, this is fine. So, you have 4 arrows here. No, not 4, let me see. So it's gonna be... how many arrows? It's usually... so it's here. Yeah, okay, so it's a 5 arrows, right? So when we're trying to damage... yeah, well, the overall damage output is high, but it's not as high to get a pick. I agree with that. But if you look at this win condition, because they are... trying to close the distance with you. They want to close the distance with you. I do think because you want to prevent them from diving you, right? You want to prevent them from closing the distance with you. You can still try to storm arrow this to apply general pressure, you know, to kind of maybe bait those cooldowns, maybe bait something so it's not easy to dive for them. Like, let's say now, you know, there's a diva, you can just spam. Well, currently it's not just the diva, also you maybe can spam cast, maybe you can also spam this to do some damage, burn their cooldowns, and then go back and keep your distance. So see what I mean? You use your storm arrow like it would be a poke face arrow, and then after this you can keep your distance based on where your team is as well. That would be reasonable. Yeah, you would keep your distance and try to get your storm arrow back, and then go for the shots again. Yeah, kind of like that, it seems like, because this is what it comes down to, really. Whenever you're playing versus those short-range team compositions, do whatever it takes to help yourself to spam them out, to, well, make it harder for them to close the distance. And because you make it harder, you bait resources, eventually they are not gonna do as much. So even this Tomorrow in the poke face is good, but then also combine it with you keeping the distance with angles and playing it differently. So you don't go to main, but you maybe go here, and then let's say you extend their resources. Yeah, diva goes there, somebody goes here. Now you're gonna have much bigger advantage because you force the diva to not play with her core, so she cannot matrix anybody, and then there is a high chance for your people, like other angle, to get a pick, I think. So you can still maintain the angle if you do it smart. Just keep the distance. Okay. Doesn't make sense. Any questions?
No questions.
No questions. Okay. Okay, so this is just early looking for picks, kind of poke face, right? Maybe you can dink somebody, that would be nice. Okay. This is nice. Okay. So we're getting on the angle, and then we kind of swap now. I think you should be winning. Should be winning this. Now the question is also, could we use our Stommer early there though? That's the only question. Or what are we waiting for here exactly? No, I don't think there is anybody to Stommer here maybe. But what do you think maybe? What's your opinion?
Yeah, I don't think there's much time to use Storm Arrow there.
Yeah, maybe not, yeah. What do you think about Storm Arrow on the Diva?
Maybe, but I thought it was a better idea to go for the pick on the Zen.
Yeah, so this is kind of... I think this is reasonable because now it's a different story. If they play for the long fight now... Yeah, because they cannot push right now because they lost the Tracer. That, yeah, they will be losing it if they play for the long fight because of their win condition, right? So, yeah, so I really think you can just maintain your advantage. That is where you can say, I have my advantage. I don't have to use my resources to just, well, I don't have to throw my resources away now, because if they go and try to punish me later, then I don't have any answer. But yeah, so you basically just kind of, you know, if they respawn trying to go on you, then you can do something with your Storm Arrow. You get a lot of value out of it, so it should be good. It's just purely because of the numbers here. But if it would be different story, I think. If it would be 5v5, then probably looking for early Storm Arrows is good, because you need to pressure them out so they cannot dive you, right? But now they cannot dive you because they don't have numbers, you know, they don't have Tracer, I think. So this is fine, keeping your Storm Arrow here. that's just important to recognize the reasoning. Maybe you can also get a pick like this. If the Cassidy is there, I can just say, yeah, like, let me try to spam the Cassidy. Yeah, but these guys should be losing it if they play for the long fight. Or if they try to dive you, yeah, you also have an answer. Which they did, eventually. Yeah, we can say they are trying to fight at your short range. And then now you have an answer with your Storm Arrow. They try to nano this cast, and you responding with your Storm Arrow. That's why I was thinking, yeah, that was a correct decision to kind of keep the Storm Arrow there. Okay. Going up. And this is just a poke phase. This is fine. Okay. Going up on this wall. This is a nice pick. Okay, is there anything we could have done? That was a nice pick, I think, but... solar pressure there. Then we go up. And we go back again. I think this is fine, overall. I don't think you had time to kind of poke them that much with a Storm Arrow as well, maybe?
I could have used the Sonic Arrow there, though, to see where
yeah.
in the rematch.
Yeah, so it's a kind of here to just give you information, right? This micro thing which allows you to maybe get a pick on her, I would agree. Yeah, in terms of other stuff, I don't think there's much you can do, maybe. Because you usually want to think, if you have this long range win condition, you want to think about the ways, how do you use those sightlines so you spam an enemy out more before they close the distance with you, right? So right now, when we're using the Sonic, we're trying to spam out this, so we make it harder for them to close the distance. Now, you go for the Sonic again, then you're kind of trying to pick the Tracer off. And then she goes in the flank there too. Okay. That's just difficult for you. That is just difficult for you to spam early and, you know, kind of force their resources. Is there anything we could have done? Like, you're trying to Sonic there, and then after, maybe, well, pushing up would be dangerous because now they can dive you. Playing over here also would be difficult in this case, would require the reposition a lot. Yeah, but this is still something to think about at the end, right? This map is just, I think because of the geometry of this map, this is just difficult for you to spam, but it's just important to understand that if you can do that, early damage somehow, like let's say right now, you would not just wait with a Sonic on this, but you would try to go and do something as well, like try to spam early. Maybe you take different angle. I think maybe this can work. You force something, like maybe Tracer Blinks, maybe Diva, to do stuff. That would be better, because I also think, not necessarily have to keep your attention at this angle either, because good players, you know, with the Sonic, remember, we discussed it before. You get an information, and if the angle picks you, then you can try to deny it. But right now, the good players, they will not pick you as much. Yeah, they will try to, you know, they will just kind of stay AFK. They will stay AFK, and then they will do not do much. And this Tracer knows it. This Tracer knows there is a Sonic, right? So now you can abuse this. Let's say it would be real fight, yeah? Like somebody goes here, maybe. Somebody goes there. You deny this angle completely. But now, because this angle A is not going, you can just kill the angle B, right? But there's no angle B currently, so maybe you can just move up here, try to shoot from there, because this angle, well, it's not gonna be dangerous, because, you know, better players hit. They will not pick as much, or if they will pick, they will still have to face your angle too. Yeah, so this is Kiriko, this is Ramatra. still something to consider, I think. And maybe going up here can work in this case, right? Doing early Storm Arrow, then get your Storm Arrow back. Stuff like that. I'm just trying to find the ways, yeah, trying to, because this is something you can think about at the end. When you do those, what do you use by yourself? How do you deny them close in the distance in this case, yeah? So I don't think you have to keep your attention on the angle which you denied. Just go on the other angle. Yeah, and this is what it does. When players are not being aware, like, you just pick them off easily. So this is nice, and it's not only you gonna pick those players off, but maybe Kiriko can also deny the Tracer, yeah? Because she sees her, yeah? That's why I wouldn't stay there. Your Mater also could deny the Tracer, that's why I just do something else. You could do something else in that case. If you wouldn't have anybody here, if your other teammates would take other angle, I think you staying there would make sense, yeah? This is what I'm saying, like, better angle control, yeah? We don't have to be in the same area there, too. Okay. So this is early damage. This is us going after the Tracer. Yeah. So stuff like that. Even this. So this is fine. You force the Tracer's blinks completely, even though all of your Storm Arrows not gonna hit the Tracer. Now Tracer don't have any blinks, and that not allowing them to play for their win condition, such as close in the distance with something. Yep. And this is your Storm Arrow in the poke phase right here. So you can do Storm Arrow in the poke phase, and then eventually have your second Storm Arrow back when there is gonna be real brawl happening, right? So this is that's why I think this is fine. You get the Tracer. Now you actually force your recall as well, and then she dies. That what happens if you play for kind of poke phase fight, long fight there. Just be careful with your HP. Yeah. Now you get your second Storm Arrow back. The brawl is happening. Yeah, maybe you can try to get somebody. Have your dragon as well. Yeah, so this is fine. When they're trying to dive, you can answer. I think you should... Oh, okay. What happened there? So went... Yeah, the D was trying to punish us. Is there anything we can do? Kind of playing at this side. And then there's Hainun. Trying to use your dragon to separate. And now you have the tank pushing you. Punishing the tank there. I don't think you can do much right now. Maybe. Let's see what's gonna happen in the next fight though. Trying to touch, yeah. I don't think we're gonna have time. Okay. Yeah, this one is a little bit tough, definitely, because the map geometry is also not the best for the Hanzo, I would say. Kind of, usually, for that reason, you see a lot of roll comps here as well. But it still can take advantage out of it if you spam the enemy early. Is there any minor things we could have done this last fight? Let's see. Like, again, when we coming out, this is just early, you're looking for picks, and then you find out the opportunity to Storm Arrow this Tracer. So this is kind of around here. Maybe what you can do is just to look for those opportunities earlier, but to do that you need to also scout. So when we are... Yeah, would we know that the Tracer is there? Probably not. Yeah, we cannot check. Yeah, we don't know the Tracer is behind unless your team is calling this. I would only say, yeah, if you look from a little bit different perspective here. What do you think about using your Storm Arrow early right now?
I don't think it's a good idea because you can just as Hanzo you can just shoot once in melee
Yeah.
and you'll kill a tracer.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So this is kind of, we have the charge shot now. And then we're trying to kill the tracer. Why we Storm Arrow this then later? So it's kind of, what's the main purpose of this Storm Arrow then?
It's pretty much just a panic Storm Arrow to try and scare the tracer away.
Yeah, trying to scare the tracer away. Yeah. Yeah, because that's what I'm thinking. You can get a kill on a tracer, right? It's you can get a kill on a tracer when you have the charge shot, but at the same time, the amount of damage you can do right now, like, because again, you know that their win condition is to close the distance. If you disable this in the poke phase and try to do that now, even just you putting out the pressure, damage, which is not killing the tracer, is better, because now you disable the tracer, because she will have to use the blinks, you will scare her away, but look at the location where you will scare her away. Compare this spot right here, like, let's say the tracer is trying to fight you, like, yeah, so she's in the doorway, right? See, she's here. This is spot number 1, and compare the spot number 2. You scare the tracer away, spot number 2, she goes there. The spot number 1, though, yeah, what's the difference? Yeah, if I scare the tracer away right here.
She's a lot further away from her team when she's at spot number 1.
Right. That's what I think. Like, this is better. This option here, number 1, it's not gonna give that much advantage to the enemy team. Well, it's first of all, like I mentioned, the most important, their team cannot support that tracer, and then you also have a high chance of getting a pick on the tracer, the position number 1, because she will only have an option to go towards the spawn or like here, and those options, both of those options require wasting a lot of blinks. So I think that is why using some arrow early like this, again, in the poke phases is fine. It's just, you know, that there can be different situations. Maybe you spam from far, maybe there's a tracer on the flank, but if you use it early to just do damage, not kill a tracer, that's also okay. That's you're still gonna be playing for your win condition, I think. In this case, you force your away, you force your recall, they cannot dive you as much. Now they suddenly cannot close the distance with you as much. Like, this is extremely powerful based on where she is. But if you scare her away here, now she can just go back, kind of reset a little, maybe get the Zen Orb, maybe get something else like Divamatics. Here she wouldn't be able to do so. Yeah. And then you also get your Storm Arrow back faster. Maybe you also kill a tracer because you've scare her away faster too, maybe. And then yeah, and then because you get your Storm Arrow faster, maybe you do more damage. Maybe it can be turning this fight around, potentially. Yes, more stuff like that, really. That's what I'm yeah, because there are a lot of specifics in this lobby, especially. I think we do quite good. Your ultimates are fine, mechanics are fine, positioning overall is relatively fine as well. It just feels like understanding the matchups, also positioning the first map. Yeah, because of the matchup. Yeah, maybe let's put it this way: you understand when you understand the matchup, you can adjust your position. Yeah, you can adjust your position. You can adjust your resource management as well. This is this can be helpful. So, if we would summarize it, what we learned so far?
Basically just changing positions based on enemy team comp, and knowing when to use Storm Arrow.
Okay.
In general, I feel like I might not use it enough.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, so let's just say spam. So the first matchup, which we talked about, that was spam versus spam matchup, right? What do we want to do in this case? What do we just mention on the first map? What are we looking for with our positioning, our resource management so far?
I should use my resources on the win con, and when I don't have like for example, when I don't have Sonic Arrow up, I need to be a little more passive with my positioning.
What is your win con though? What we just talked about? Spam versus spam. What was important for us there?
Um,
Why we were shooting the Junkrat and not the Diva?
because the Junkrat puts out more damage.
Right. So what that means for us? How we would phrase it then?
Uh, I we do more damage than them.
Right. So we deal damage to Junkrat, but why Junkrat was more scary? Yeah. So this is just to put it simple. We have this Junkrat scary based on the angle which he's taking. Yeah. So with spam versus spam, we need to be controlling angles better. We need to think about who has the most dangerous angle. Really try to control that. Try to spam this out. Yeah. So that's gonna be us controlling angles. Let's spam shoot most dangerous angle, and that you can still do that in a poke phase, in the brawl phase as well. We mentioned even use Kieran Zenaway would make sense because you decrease his damage output. You're not allowing him to peek as much, and he cannot torp his team as much too. That's why even in the poke phase that still makes sense. Yeah. So it's brawl plus spam. Yeah, that's when we gonna do so. Okay, we also talked about distance from angles. How do you apply this? What does it mean? What do we want to do?
Depending on which character the enemy is playing,
Yeah.
I need to be more careful around closer angles or further angles. So, like if there's a Widow at a longer angle, I need to position around that too.
Right.
But like the Cassidy coming around the corner, and I didn't have Sonic Arrow up, so I didn't know he was there.
Yeah.
So I should have positioned further back so he couldn't get a jump on me.
Right. So it's gonna be both things. Pay attention to threats, which can kill you. Yeah, which can kill you potentially, and then we want to be thinking about the angle where you expect those threats to be. Okay, pay attention to threats which can kill you, and then think about the angle where you expect those threats to be. Okay, just writing it down for us. Okay. What about this last matchup? So we had this situation where the enemy had more Davi situation. They need to close the distance with you, kind of. Yeah. So what do we want to do in this case with our resources?
Without resources.
Oh well, with your resources, with your positioning, yeah.
Basically, try and use Storm Arrow more. To scare off the dive.
Yeah, I think that was the main thing in my opinion. There's nothing too big. You still can use. Let's just say this is gonna be our spam versus. Yeah, so there was a spam dive versus spam dive matchup, but they have more closer range characters. In this case, you just spam early, and you also need to keep distance from angles as well. You need to think, okay, when they're in a position to dive you, you're gonna be kiting this and playing for the long range sightline, staying out of dive range. Yeah, maybe put it more simple. Let's just say you have a spam win con, right? And then they have dive win con. So I'm just gonna mention it this way: when there's gonna be spam versus dive, because it's kind of similar to this situation. You just need to kite, yeah, keep distance from angles, spam divers so they can dive you, especially do it in this poke phase more. And once you did it on a poke phase, because you did kiting, eventually they will be diving you, but you're gonna have your second storm arrow back to answer the aggression, which is nice. Okay. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Maybe any questions?
Not really.
Okay, no questions. Then later, I think it highly depends on what we see later, what we can focus on. Still, probably matchups is gonna be the first priority. Understanding the matchups, understanding the situation depending on what your team com is good at, what they good at as well. Maybe let's look at other specifics in the next review. But yeah, I think if you give me any situation where you struggle with maybe other matchups as well, that might be you playing versus Brawl, that might be you playing versus Dive still. Maybe you can look to discuss some other specifics too. But yeah, probably we're gonna be talking about matchups more. Okay, yeah, mechanics are decent, still really good, and we have decent positioning as well. So this is nice. Okay, well, then I will see you later then.
Okay.
Yeah, have a good day, and I also should have everything recorded on my Twitch. You can always take a look at that.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
See ya. Have a
See
good
ya.
day.